Okay.
That's it. Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Right there.
Awesome. Sounds good too.
You're going to slide a little bit to your right. I'm to left. I'm sorry, left. I'm sorry.
left.
My bad.
Yep. You're kind of
Perfect.
like, yep.
That's good right there.
Okay.
We're
Good.
going to move this microphone up a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit. There you go.
And the access is cool right here.
Yay. Let me rename this.
You are going there. You're live there.
Thank you.
Wow. This is so cool.
All right. And then, Aaron, I'm just going to do a countdown.
And
then I'm going to
don't
start.
forget to hit the
Hit the
button
button,
here.
yep.
Just hit
Okay.
the button there.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Have fun.
So this is gonna go on YouTube and.
It's going to go to all major platforms.
Okay.
Every
Cool.
single one of them. Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Google.
Okay.
And then just renaming this.
I should tell my viewers that tune in now.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
I mean, like, I hadn't seen you. I think it's been a while since I've seen you.
Okay, joke. Here's this. Live on this. Hello.
To Jenerally Speaking. I'm now live.
Yep.
Do they just, how do they check you out? They just go to the tag that you sent me?
Yeah, my Facebook profile is public, so all they have to do is click my name.
Oh, that's
And
it?
yeah, it's public.
Oh, okay.
All they gotta do is click my name.
All right.
And then, yep, they can go to my Instagram too
Awesome.
and check it out. And then I'll post the videos on tomorrow, and then I'll post audio tomorrow.
Okay. Awesome.
Should be good. All right, talking to there so I can hear you. See,
Hello?
hello. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, just want to keep your face close, semi-close.
To the camera.
This is my Insta feed. Either one, we'll go back and forth, but that one probably is the most important.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start to do a little countdown, and then let's go right into it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in wherever you are. My name is Jennifer Janelle, and you are listening to Jenerally Speaking. Today I have with me an awesome friend. I've known him for a couple years now.
Yeah.
And his name is Aaron Woodson, so welcome, Aaron.
Thank you for having me. Jen.
Yeah.
Such a pleasure.
Okay, no problem.
Yes.
For those of you who haven't gotten a chance to listen to our past episodes, please go back. We have a lot of great content on there and a lot of great people. We also have another author that was on there, Melody.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Shout out Melody.
Shout out Melody, right? But so just to explain a little bit about what I'm doing and my goal here. Generally speaking, has started to give the right type of exposure to Jacksonville. It's about local creatives and talents and businesses.
Sure.
Sorry, I have like allergies today. Like my nose is like, but it's about that. And I have met so many beautiful people and been at most amazing places right here in Jacksonville. And I really want people to experience the same thing.
Sure.
So welcome. How are you feeling today?
I feel amazing.
I'm really happy to see you. This is great. We're gonna go right into it. And so, Aaron, tell everyone a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go into your books, everything Jacksonville. But tell us a little bit about Aaron. How'd you get here today in Jax?
Man, it's been a long road. I'm originally from Vallejo, California. Shout out to the Bay, 707, Oaktown, San Francisco. To all my people out there watching.
Okay.
I moved. Well, my story starts from Vallejo. Humble beginnings.
Okay.
And I joined the United States Air Force. I'm a United States Air Force veteran. Shout out to the Air Force. Go Big.
Yeah.
Blue. And to everybody else that serves, much love to y'all. I got a special place in my heart for the veterans.
My dad just retired from the Navy.
Oh, that's what's
29
up.
years.
Hey, give it up, y'all.
Yeah.
Give it up. Hey, congrats to him. And I joined the Air Force in 2001 after I graduated high school. after I graduated Vallejo High, and I joined, and I was young. I was like 18 years old.
Yeah.
And it's for what I wanted to do a 20-year career, but it got cut short. I did 15 years total.
That's amazing.
Traveling
Still amazing. And you traveled in the world, did you? Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I spent time in Iraq, did 2 tours there, led a team there, 13-man squad. Also, I spent time in Kuwait as well. Went to Korea.
Nice.
Guam.
Nice. Like That's awesome. So after high school, joined the Air Force. And then how did you get here to Jacksonville?
Yeah, actually, I had some time to think on my last deployment, which I was in Kuwait, right before I was about to get out, the year before I was about to get out. I was like, man, I know I'm not going to go back to Cali. I was like, man, I've been there, done that. I mean, home is always going to be there.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I had a cousin who married an Air Force guy.
Okay.
And, she was, she moved to Florida. And she, shout out to my cousin Tiffany. She Tiffany Bryant now. And, she lives here in Florida. And I was like, she used to say how great Florida was.
Yeah.
And I used to see her, rave about it. And I was like, man, I want to go out here and see what this is like.
And see what it's like. Get a little taste of the cake, baby.
Yeah, I've been here ever since.
Oh, good. That's good. So getting into Jax, how did you realize like you wanted to write? Or did you always write? Or was it something that kind of like you got into? Did it start off like maybe as a hobby and now you're like, this is my passion? Or how did you get into writing?
It kind of started off as a hobby because I started early as 15 years old. Mm-hmm. I was in high school. I think I was a sophomore at the time. Yeah, sophomore in high school. And I would just write poems, honestly, to be straight up. If back in the day, we didn't have social media.
So you wrote some poems, right? It's the best.
Some poems, some love poems, to whoever I was crushing on at the time.
Okay.
And so
smooth.
I
like that. I like that. That's amazing. That's really sweet.
Yeah. So, it was cool. And then I had influences like, Maya Angelou, Shakespeare.
Oh, yeah.
Even Tupac Shakur, the late, great Tupac Shakur. Rest in peace to all those people, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to, just write from my heart and my soul. And And I knew I was going to write a book. I just didn't know when it was going to come out. But it took me 20 years.
No, you knew it. Yeah, then that's awesome. You had that dream already, super young and everything. And I remember meeting you, and you've always been so fun.
Oh yeah,
so fun and dancing. Thanks.
Me too.
Thanks. So fun and dancing, and you've always been the best vibe. And I'm really happy to have you here today.
Likewise, thank you for the invitation.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Straight up, I just want to let everybody know, she's the host with the most.
Oh.
Pretty smile, just a beautiful person inside and out.
Thank you.
You deserve everything that's coming to you.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying my best too. We got this.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So, I like to try and start off with like Jacksonville, kind of tie everything into that. So you got here, you already knew you were already into writing and being an author. You knew you were going to write a book. And I know you were doing some like screenplays, things like that. Yeah. Like tell me a little bit about that too.
Oh, sure. I actually met a friend of mine who helped co-write the screenplay Aaliyah and Troy that I co-wrote with Mike Messier. We actually were in a play together that was supposed to, be in production during COVID. But COVID shut it down. The play was called Shade, and so I talked to Mike. We had dialogue, and he told me he came from Maryland, and he's an accomplished filmmaker himself.
Yeah. Okay.
And so he said, we can turn your poetry into a screenplay, and that's something I expressed to him I wanted to do.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And so we would meet at this local coffee shop called Coffee Grinder, and this was back in 2021.
Okay.
And we did it in like 3 months, and we both collaborated.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you like do you like that more of that route more, like versus like just being pure writing? Do you like a little bit of both? Is it similar, different?
Actually, I like a little bit of both, but yeah, the screenplay definitely was different. Like a little bit, just how you go about it,
Right.
how it's laid out. There's a program that we used called Final Draft,
Okay.
and that was something I wasn't really familiar with, and so Mike showed me how to
Showed you the ropes a little bit with that.
Yeah.
That's always the best when someone can guide you and like you're figuring out your bumps in the road too, and it's so refreshing to have the people that lend their own hand down to show you the ropes in that industry. Yeah. Like I've had a lot of people on here, as we're talking, show me things that I've never even known. And these are tools that they're now expressing towards me and giving to me to help my success.
Sure.
And that's a really beautiful thing.
That's awesome. We all need mentors. We all need people to show us, the ropes. As long as you're teachable, coachable, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
well, especially too, if you want to excel in what you do, you must take criticism and you must take advice. You must take, you must look and sometimes just watch, the people that have done it before you, Yeah. So how do you like Jacksonville? Tell me, do you like it? Tell me some pros and cons. I love Jacksonville. We always talk about a little bit about the vibe here in Jax, generally speaking, get a little bit of everything. I love Jacksonville. I've come to meet the most amazing people, and I've had the most fun times. But how do you like Jacksonville? Do you, where do you live? What do you think the vibe's like here?
Jacksonville, it's definitely a treasure of a city. I mean, honestly, the city has a lot of charm, and I'm not going to sugarcoat. I mean, like any city, there's
you got your good and bad.
Got your good and bad. But what I come to like about Jacksonville is, yes, it's a little bit slower paced compared to maybe California, New York, even Miami. But what's cool about Jacksonville is it's got its own like appeal.
I agree.
It's the largest city landmass wise in the United States, and there's things that you can do here. People always complain, oh, there's nothing to do here. But
people always complain about those things all the time, but I really don't think they go out and look for much because right. I have so many things to do. My schedule is booked, bro.
I know.
My schedule is booked. There's so many things to do. There's so many pop-ups and events, yes. And then there's so many like different support like events and groups for different diversities and ethnicities, and there's so many educational things and educational, what's the word, like opportunities.
Oh yeah.
For a lot of things here too, like writers events. They have like movie events and things with bartending. They have business groups. They have a lot of different things to do besides just solely entertainment. Because we have our festivals, we get down, we got great music, and stuff in Jacksonville, and bars and restaurants, but we also have a huge community about the educational role in Jacksonville, and I always find things to do. I think,
same here.
Right, and 904 pop-up or 904 happy hour does a great job at showcasing events and things that go on here. My hand's just like, man, you're forgetting that.
You're good.
Right. But I find a lot of things too. I really enjoy it. How long have you been here in Jacksonville?
This year will make 7 years.
7 years? Yeah. This year will be 9 years for me.
Wow.
So it's been a long time coming. So let's get into your writing.
Okay.
I remember I bought one of your books off Amazon, and all your work is off Amazon too?
Yes, ma'am.
And I thought it was so beautiful. It was poetry, The Face of Expression.
Yes.
Right? Yes. And today you bought me The Face of Expression 3.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
My gift to you.
I know. Thank you very much, which is very sweet. So let's talk about your writing. First book you ever wrote. Let's talk about publishing, the kind of the process with that. Let's talk about your first book first.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Or how I got started.
How you got started with that, and yep.
Yeah. So I basically had all these poems. Like to this day, I still have this like beat up portfolio of poems that I would write on anything I could get my hands on, like paper, napkins, whatever.
Okay.
And I was trying to basically, just compile these poems into a book, and just kind of like a compilation, just of some of the things I wanted to convey to my audience in this book. And I was green when I first started. You know what I mean? We all have to start somewhere, and so I was like, okay, I just want to put this book out. You know what I mean? And I went and researched some companies online at the time. Back in 2009, I would scroll. I went look for some companies to help me publish, and I went the self-publishing route. There was a company called Author House that helped me publish my first book.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yes, I didn't know you could self-publish. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was really awesome. I mean, they helped me like they obviously there was collaboration like on how I wanted my vision, how I wanted the book laid out, and all that, so on and so forth. And so, they helped me through that process. The only thing is, I didn't really make a lot of cash. You know what I'm saying? Back then.
Right. No, it's rough when you're starting out. It's not the easiest part in the process at all.
But we got it through. We got it though.
Yeah, we got it.
So if you want to get you definitely have to get an editor. For the project. I'll be honest. My first one, I didn't have an editor, quote unquote, but it still made an impact. I mean,
right. Well, yeah, and you're just starting out. You're working out your own kinks, and it's all a process about learning.
Yeah.
And then now now you can kind of relay that information to anyone who is now in where you were.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
So
I love to pass on the knowledge. It was like my first book was raw. It was like my first baby.
I know, and that's so beautiful. I like the part that you said there's no editor. I kind of fuck with that. Yeah. I think that's cool that this is a raw, like all you type thing.
Yeah.
And then you can see the process of it, progressing, and I think that's beautiful to see the progression of it. Like even when I look back on my first episode, and now like I'm. Sometimes when you look back at your first projects, you're of course proud of it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're like a little cringe. You're like, fuck, why did I do that or say that or my hair was all, why didn't I do that, or especially with video and stuff. But
woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yeah, and then I look at it though. I'm like, honestly, it's also too one of the most beautiful parts of it.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
You see your beginning and you see the progression, because it's beautiful to see the slow progression of it, and as long as it's not going backwards, that's a good thing that you can look back at it and see, wow, I've come so far, and you have. Sure. Seeing your first book, and now this is the one. We're going to talk about this in a second, but that's awesome to see. Mm-hmm. So you self-published that one, right? Mm-hmm. And how long does it generally take to I know you had like the idea for years, 20 years. You're like, I'm going to write a book, right? Yeah. But then, how long from start to finish when you talked to the publisher and then got the book in your hands, it's done?
I want to say when I reached out to the publisher, because I kind of like, for me, I wanted to be like a perfectionist, but, obviously, there's always room for improvement. Always, yeah. So I reached out to my publisher back in 2017-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, 2017. And my book was published like I say about 9 months to a year later. It was about a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's awesome to know. Because like I look at it, I'm like, damn, I've always wanted to write a book, but I don't know.
Real?
I think I could write some really cool stuff.
You would have some interesting stories.
Oh, I know. That's what I would write about. I would write about like anything that it's funny because I have the podcast, and someone mentioned the other day, like, Jen, like, you need to be on someone else's podcast talking about you, because you have some crazy shit that you've gone through and like done, which I think is cool too. So, and I've thought about, obviously making that into some type of book to read and everything.
You're influential.
Oh, thank you.
For real. Like, people, like, honestly, like, you are like one of the coolest down to earth people I ever met.
Oh, thank you, Aaron. That's amazing. I try my best. I get it from my mom and my dad. They're the best.
Get it from my mom.
All right. Okay, so your first book, The Face of Expression, right? Tell everyone that's poetry. Mm-hmm. And it consists of you know, poetry's what, by stanzas?
By stanzas.
Stanzas. And how long generally do you keep your poems to in that book?
My first one, you mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, usually, I'll be honest with you, I don't really per se follow a quote unquote format.
That's good. No, that's good.
I'm more freestyle. I like to be free because I'm a free spirit.
Oh yeah, we are.
You're a free spirit too.
I am. I can't be controlled. My mom knows that.
You know.
Yeah, keep going.
Wanderlust, whatever they call it.
Right.
But you know, I just write, you know, whatever comes to mind, whatever I'm feeling, and it's just, you know, obviously it's got to make sense to me, and then
right, yeah, it's got to have some type of little flow and everything.
And of course, the reader's got to, you know, comprehend it. You know, I try to keep all of that in mind when I write, and
no, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you find it like really easy to write poetry? Is this something like? Do you think like? I believe like obviously anyone can do anything, right?
Sure.
Absolutely. But like obviously sometimes people gravitate towards certain talents and abilities. Do you find it really easy once you get going to get going? Or is it one of those things that it's like a spur of the moment, pops up in your head, you write it down and then you might have like a block for a little bit? Like how is like the mind of an author work with that?
I would say like, I mean,
and everyone's different. Everyone's different. You know, what works for him is not going to work maybe for everyone else, you know.
That's true. That's true. Like, I noticed when I was, like, younger, it seemed like I had, it was easier for me to, like, pop off more poems off the top of my head. Like, but, you know, I mean, I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm seasoned like wine.
He's seasoned. You know? I love that. He's a little seasoned. That's fine.
Yeah, you know, be 40 this year, you know, in a couple.
Oh, you look great. You look great.
Thank you.
So, yeah, no, it was a lot easier for you when you were younger.
Yeah, I mean, like, for me now, I feel like I don't have to rush. Like, I'll write a few maybe a few lines, and then I'll come back to it. And it's like, okay, I pick up like I left off, like I didn't.
Oh, you didn't even leave. That's also very beautiful, too. Like, you might have had more of that drive when you were younger, but there's nothing more beautiful than taking your time with something you love.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing better than making love to it. You know, you know,
say that.
Right, yeah, making love to it and really like being enriched in your processes and becoming enriched from the whole process of it. Because like you said earlier, I remember when I started, I wanted to perfect everything before I had my first show. I wanted everything to be, but then I realized, you know, it's always a work in progress.
Sure.
And if I keep, you know, projecting that I want it to be perfect, I'll never get it started. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's how it was when I was like, damn, I've been thinking about this for a year and a half now, getting things together, but I just need to start it.
Yeah.
I just need to just go, and then, you know, things will follow through from there. Mm-hmm. But no, that's very true what you said. So you came out with that Face of Expression, and I have that one. Now I have this one.
Yes.
And so you have a number 2?
I do. I ran out of that one. I need to order more of those. There's a lot of books I need to order. And they're not cheap.
They're not cheap, but they're so fulfilling.
Yes, they are. I love writing. You know, that's what keeps me going. You know, I write for my audience, but it's also for me too. I mean,
yeah, no, it's very, you know, I'm assuming it's very wholesome for you.
Yes.
It's something that helps complete your heart, you know, and that's amazing. That's what, you know, relating to that, when I first started, I would of course love everyone to listen and feel what I'm feeling and experience what, you know, who I bring on and what I've experienced. But I'm also doing this for me first.
Sure. Me first.
You know, me first. Like, you know, for you, it's you first, you know? And so regardless if anyone watched or listened or anything like that, I did it for me first because that's something that completes my heart.
Sure, yeah.
So, and then you came out, Face of Expression 3.
Yes.
And this is what we want to talk about today, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so then let's get into this. The Face of Expression 3.
Let's go.
Fall of a King, Aaron Woodson. If anyone likes to see, this is amazing. Thick-ass book.
Yeah, it's like 2 books in one.
Dude, this is like amazing. But that's fucking admirable.
Well, thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
this is a thick book. Like, and the pages are filled up. This is not something like this.
I put my soul into it. My heart and soul.
He did. No, and that's really admirable. You should be proud of this, you know? All right, so let's maybe talk about this. Let's start with the process of the Face of Expression 3, which if anyone has just tuned in, Aaron Woodson, author here, poet, Army vet, or Air Force vet. Talking about his Face of Expression 3 book right now, and he's going to give us a little synopsis. What was the process of this? How was that compared to the other books?
I feel like this book right here, The Face of Expression 3, Fall of a King, that book, I went through a lot of stuff. I went through quite a bit. Especially, I think we all have went through a lot, especially with COVID. Some of us even had COVID. Some of us may have had family that have had COVID, close friends. Some of us, I know for me, I had lost my grandmother a few years ago, in 2019. Okay. So that was something that I was still trying to sort out. Drama, of course. Yeah,
and just a long road with it.
Yes.
Keep going.
Relationship stuff. Dating, obviously. Dating in 2023,
non-existent.
Nope. How
just fucking erased from my page for the moment because it's a process.
Man, I'm just gonna. I guess we just gotta sit back and say, all right, I'm gonna just do me.
No, that's exactly what we have to do until that figures itself out.
I ain't even looking for it.
I'm not even, because it's like the headache ain't worth it. No. But so you went through a lot of challenges during this book.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume believe that may have shaped a lot of poems in this book. Yeah. And helped shape the whole aesthetic of the book and the vibe and everything. So I'm sure that showed through these poems. I was reading one when you gave it to me in the parking lot. It was amazing. But tell me a little bit more about it. Like, how many poems are there?
I'm gonna say estimate. I'm gonna say at least over 200 poems in the book.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a little less, maybe a little more.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that I like, but if I had to pick some of my favorites, there's one in there called "Heart of a Lion."
Okay.
Because I love lions. That's one of my favorite animals. I just feel like the lion is just, for whatever reason.
It's amazing.
Just look, a lion is like a regal creature. Royalty, symbolizes royalty,
strength and
power,
leadership, and that's really cool. What was that one called?
Heart of a Lion.
Heart of a Lion. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bookmark that later, literally.
Okay.
Well, I'll read that one.
We all got a lion in us.
No, I love that. So the process of it was long, as you said, like you were going through things, that helped ultimately shape, the whole essence of this masterpiece. And that's funny because I pulled to masterpiece.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
What? Whoa. Look, hey.
The voodoo is voodooing in here. Oh my God, the math is mathing. That is so crazy.
A lot of spirituality.
Oh, of course. Literally, we were just talking about dating today.
Mm-hmm.
And I was dating today.
Yep.
Dude, that is amazing.
And the rabbit holes, triggers, like mental health stuff. Anything. Like, even like, there's another one, like, hard. That's another one of my favorites because, life is hard for a lot of us, at different times. And, I wanted to talk about that and touch on, I guess there's a lot of parallelism. Like, there's a couple poems in there. There's one called Unsung Hero. Unsung Hero. And Villain. Because, okay, you're always a villain in somebody's story or hero.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's always that, for sure. No, that's awesome, though, that it helped shape the whole thing of this book. And you think you'll, just keep publishing, keep coming out with more and everything? I hope so.
I honestly believe I'll keep writing.
I hope you do. I see you. Like, this is amazing.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be, Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. You're good.
I just think that I might start another trilogy or, of some sort, or I may go in a different direction where I write for kids.
Oh, that would be so cute! Oh, I could totally see you doing that. I think you could do that. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, I would love to. I work with kids now, and I just feel like the youth need to be talked to. I mean, they need guidance. They need they need love. People to pay attention to them. They're missing like, I guess, a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of holes in guidance as kids are growing up now, and I don't think it would hurt in any aspect more and more of us to, when we create things or when we publish things or when we put out things, to involve that age group or that whole, I guess, age group a part of it. Because a lot of them, they need guidance, in some way, shape, or form. Sure. And I think that would be awesome for you to do. And going to schools and everything, I could totally see you reading. And that's like the best part, when you go to school and you read the books and everything.
Oh, yeah. I meant to tell you, just recently, I actually did my first speaking at a school.
Oh, my God. Okay, tell us about it.
Oh,
what school here?
It was actually in Clay County. It was called AMI Kids. This was about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So how I got started with that was a friend of mine named Maria. She's actually the coordinator of AMI Kids, and she's in my Zumba class. Because for those of y'all that don't know, I take Zumba.
Yeah.
So she she pulled me aside one day. She knew I wrote books. She said, "How would you feel about speaking to our kids about your books?" I said, "I would love to. That would be an honor."
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
So I was thrilled. I jumped at the opportunity, and I was in crunch time, so it was one of my early days from work. So I was able to take the day off. I think I had a VA appointment or something, and then right between when
it worked out.
It worked out.
Good.
So I went over there and I spoke to the kids. They were a lot of them were very, very well mannered. And
oh, that's cute. I love that.
They loved what I had to say, and they gifted me.
How old were they? It was like the age group.
They were like I want to say from like 10 to like 15.
Oh, that's a great age group. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, they were young boys, and all young boys, and
oh, that's cool.
And yeah, it was just amazing. I felt very welcome there, and they gifted me one of their shirts.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah,
we love that. I like the gifts you get, helping out. And it's like we don't need it, but it's like, thanks, man. That's really cool that you thought of me.
It says on the back of the shirt. It says we are family, and I actually felt like I was a part of their family.
Oh, that's amazing! Especially helping out schools here.
Yeah,
in Jacksonville. You said Clay County, right?
Yeah, Clay County.
Clay County. Okay, cool. Do you think like there are, especially in Jacksonville, do you think there are a scarce amount of writers? Do you feel like you have a community here in Jacksonville to support you? Or do you think it's more something that you're, trying to take charge of and lead or at least be an ambassador for authors here?
I feel like some people don't, there is things in place, but I don't think it's advertised enough as it should be. I know like the library, they do different things, little workshops like that, but I think for the most part, I think it's better if you spearhead it or you lead it, and that way you get more spotlight, I guess, on what you want to do or what you're trying to do as a writer. And, I think it's better when you collaborate. There's just something about collaboration, the art of it. I just think when people get involved and put their egos or agendas aside and we all work together for the common goal of helping one another, I think we can get further ahead. Oh, my God. Yeah, no, you can definitely get a lot done. Two heads are better than one. Yeah. So imagine 5, 10, 15 heads. Sure, yeah. So maybe you should start like a little pop-up. I need to. Like a little author or, writing pop-up. I know 904 has a lot of these pop-up, business opportunities.
I'm trying to get into like a podcasting one and like spearhead that.
Oh, cool.
For like people trying to start podcasting and things like that. Like, you know, and I'm no like fucking master.
You're a leader though.
But exactly. I want to be like, I'm going to fucking show up. And
show up and show
I'm going to show up and show out the best that I can, you know? So I think you should totally spearhead that.
Yeah.
And I would love to support. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's great that you mentioned that because I'm actually in the process of doing that.
Oh, yay. So perfect.
So I've been working with the library and an organization called Hope at Hand. We're trying to put some events together where pretty much I'm leading it. And it's my first time doing it. So I'm working out the kinks. So, I really want to, put my best foot forward and, iron out the wrinkles later.
Right.
So
no, I think the same way with things. Put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
You'll iron out the wrinkles later. I love that.
Yeah.
I love doing that. But I think too, like when Melody was on here, she's amazing. She's an author.
She is.
She's so cool. Very smart. Very like light spoken and bubbly.
Yeah.
And I love she was telling me about her books and her community, and I think she kind of agreed with the same thing. Something does need to be, I think, probably more taken advantage of for our author and writer community in Jacksonville.
Yes.
Because I think I've met a lot of people who mention like, oh, I write or do things, and that's not something to take lightly, but I think a lot of people do have that sort of passion, but a lot of it was ruined in childhood.
Yeah.
Like in academics with schooling, and I think that a lot of kids did want to go towards that direction, but it's so hard in adolescence to figure out, hey, that's what I want to do, especially when you're not good in school and you're not good in the typical writing format, as you said, and buy the books, and you're looked at as a failure. You know what I'm saying? Failure.
Yeah, right.
I literally.
Yeah, because as good as you.
I've been doing. I'm really good at popping out the book names right here.
Man, you are.
That's funny. Yeah, but no, literally. So you're looked at as that, and I guess I've met a lot of people who want to do poems or write, or I've read some of their own stuff, and it's just like stuff like you said, like you grab a piece of paper and you write it. I'm like, damn, this is amazing.
Right. It's just pure talent.
And it's so subjective too. It's like it's an art form.
It is.
It's an art form, and I'm like, bro or girl, like, keep doing it.
Yeah.
And if no one reads or writes, like I said, do that for you first, because if you show the amount of confidence you do in it, then other people follow along.
They will. And the thing is, when you do something, don't do it for the approval of people.
Right.
I mean, it's nice.
That's nice.
It's nice.
But that, I feel like all that will come along.
It will, yeah.
When you do it for yourself and for your own, for your own benefit first, So, but yeah, she kind of agreed the same thing with the community. I think that'd be something really cool for you to spearhead, and I would love to support that.
Oh, thank you. And you got my support all the way.
Thanks. I'm out here.
Yeah. Hey, she out here, you know what I'm saying? She everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I am. I've been everywhere. I've been nonstop, and I am exhausted. Like, after this, I'm taking a fat nap.
Hey, you got to recharge.
You got to recharge. You got to recharge.
Work hard, but don't forget to rest, y'all.
Right.
I'm learning that, too, because the other day, I was like, yo, I'm going 0 to 100, you know what I'm saying?
All the time. And you're like, your body is exhausted, and that, I feel like that obviously correlates with your creativeness, your like motivation to do more writing, and things like that. And it's the same thing with like my podcasting. I can book a show, but the things I do in between really, really affect how that show goes or how I plan it, marketing it and everything. So that is true what you said. Rest is important in your hard work. Obviously, like grind, the grind. But, there's nothing more beautiful than sitting the fuck down.
And do nothing.
Sitting down and doing nothing. When I have a day off and there's nothing scheduled, oh my God.
What you do?
I do nothing. Absolutely nothing. I love being at home. I love my alone time. I love like relaxing. I love getting high, watching some anime or something, you know, but that actually helps my creativeness.
Oh, wow.
And what I do.
Cool.
Like giving myself my own break.
Yeah.
Because we are our worst enemy sometimes, you know?
We can get in our own way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, the thing is, the race isn't really for the swift. It's like, you know, steady. I'm not saying be slow, but, you know.
You're like, you're like, don't take that literally.
Yeah.
Okay, metaphors here. Yeah. Poet, remember. Yeah. Remember, his whole life is a fucking metaphor, so you gotta think critically with this.
Right.
But no, that's very true, and I hope that you are finding some rest in between, and to keep the creative juices flowing.
Oh yeah,
you know?
I have to be intentional about it, and I
Intent is so important.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? What is the point of this? How is this helping?
Right.
Like, what is your intent with getting this done? Mm-hmm. Like, and that's very important.
Oh yeah.
That's a good point.
You can't pour from an empty cup, y'all.
You cannot pour from any empty cup at all. And that's a good way to put it. I was doing that for a while. I was getting everybody a piece of my plate. Mm-hmm. And eventually I had none. I'm scraping for myself. Right. And you're like, damn, that was my food.
Damn, Gina.
I know. And you're like, damn, I've been giving everyone my shit. And now I got nothing. So definitely get some rest, especially any of you who are creatives and local writers and talents, anything. Give yourself some rest. Yes. You know, delegate if you can.
Oh, there's power in delegation.
Yeah, there really is. Delegate. If you have the privilege to do that, which is an awesome thing to have. I hope everyone gets so big that they can start delegating things. So if you have the power to do it.
Yeah.
You know, give yourself a day. It does not mean you're lazy. If you have the power to do that, you earn that.
Yeah, you do.
You absolutely know you earn that. So
yeah, you paid your dues, you know.
Paid your dues and everything. So thank you for talking about your book. That's amazing. I like to get everyone's opinions on our city, our bars, restaurants, vibes. You are like one of the funnest people I know. Every time I see you, it's fucking party.
It is.
And I love it. And you know, I love that energetic vibe because it makes me like snap out of whatever bullshit I'm thinking of or sad about. And so I'm like that dude's happy over there. I want to be like that. I wanted to go dancing. Like, I want to be, like, in my own fucking zone, you know? What's one of your favorite bars here in Jacksonville?
Oh, my God.
Favorite bars? Let's do, bars in Riverside. Let's start with that. Kind of narrow it down a little bit.
Okay. There is my favorite in Riverside. It's called River and Post.
Okay.
I love it because, you know, you get on the 9th floor, and you know what I'm talking about, the rooftop bar.
Yeah.
I just love just overlooking.
The view is breathtaking.
Oh my God.
The view is amazing. That's a good one.
Yeah. I wrote one of my poems called Pearls up there.
Up there? Oh my God. Is it in any of the books? Mm-hmm. Which one?
In this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm going to go back and read that poem in River and Post in the same seat. Yep. And see if I get the energy flowing through me.
Oh, man.
That would be amazing.
It was just good because I don't know. I was just feeling it that day.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. And I'm sure the energy and vibe there was just like immaculate.
Oh my God.
It always is when you're fucking 9 stories up looking at the river and the lights and you got food and everything and drinks and the people and everyone's just like, So I love that. I like going to Birdie's for karaoke.
Brody's?
Birdies.
Oh, I know Birdies, yeah. For
karaoke. Yeah. But I always stick out like a sore thumb because you can tell I'm from the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone is always like, and I'm not offended by that. It's just everyone's different. Yeah. There's like the Riverside vibe, the Orange Park vibe, the beach vibe, right? Mm-hmm. And I'd go and people would be like, oh, you're from the beach, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm from the beach. Yeah, that's how they do me every time I come. Like, they love me, but they're like, we can tell you're from the beach. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm representing the beach out here.
Represent.
I'm representing, and like, you can tell when they're out in our beaches.
Oh yeah, because I love kicking it at your beaches.
Right.
When I come there, I'm like, wait, who is this dude?
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. So there's definitely the vibe with all different types of like areas of Jacksonville. That's why I love it. Like there's a vibe here. There's a different vibe here.
Oh yeah.
And then when these events or festivals happen, there's so many different types of people.
Oh yeah, like the World of Nations.
The World of Nations
that
just passed. It was this weekend. Mm-hmm. And for those who don't know like what to do or find themselves thinking like there's nothing to do, look up 9 to 4 Happy Hour. They have all the events. They have everything that goes on. Literally, not even on weekends too. They have Monday through Thursday events too, and you can find anything you like. You have to step out of your comfort zone. You know, you have to be open to trying new things because Jacksonville has a world of things to do and a lot of space to do it. You know, not a lot of cities, huge cities, you can go horseback riding and then go to a Myth nightclub at night.
Myth is awesome.
That's what I'm saying. So there's not a lot of cities you can do that during the day and then do that at night.
No. I mean, there's just a little bit of everything for everything.
A little bit of everything for every. I think the food.
Oh my God, Jacksonville's
food.
Dude,
Jacksonville's food, I don't know. It has so many different places to eat, no matter what side. It does not matter what side you're on. I could be at the beaches, I could be in Ponte Vedra, I could be on Riverside, I could be on the north side, I could be downtown. And the food is always, no matter where I go, is off the chain.
Yes. I got to tell you some of my favorite restaurants.
Oh, tell me, yes, tell us.
In no particular order, but one of my favorite Italian restaurants is called Catullo's.
Oh, Catullo's, yes.
Oh my God.
Shout them out for sure. Catullo's, they're brothers, right? I think they're brothers. The first location, I got talking this. So I said Catullo's, the brothers. The first location, I believe, it's off San Pablo and Atlantic.
Yes.
And there's no reservations. You have to get there right when they open. There's a line right when they open.
Yep. Popular.
It's a traditional Italian cuisine, and it's a small restaurant. I mean, I think it fits maybe 30 people.
About that, yeah.
I would say, and it's got a little bar. I'd say about 30 people. I think that's pushing it too, because there's like 6 tables. There's like
there's not a lot.
You gotta get there, and that's a great pick. What's another one?
Let me see.
And all types of cuisine. You can do fast food. I really like
let me hear yours.
Mezzaluna in Atlantic Beach or 11th South Bistro. You gotta go to either one of those. 11th South is my favorite restaurant. But they are off 11th South, Jacks Beach, and amazing. You have to go.
Okay, I have to check those two.
Mezzaluna 2 is in Atlantic Beach, right by One Ocean.
Oh yeah, I walk by there. It's right by Island Grill, right?
Yep, right next to Island Grill.
I need to try that.
Oh my God, so good. Yeah. Like they're traditional Italian too, I believe. It's just all the Italian food.
We love Italian.
We like some pasta. Like we like the hearty.
Yes.
Fucking. You know, I want like a good there's a good, I want to say, Jamaican cuisine place. I'm not sure if I'm using their, if it's Jamaican or like a African cuisine. It's off. I want to say in Mandarin. My brother goes there all the time. I got to get a name, but he says that they have a lot of cowtail.
Oh, oxtail.
Oxtail.
Yes, I need to try that. I've never tried it.
I will get the name from my brother because he goes there all the time, and I guess it just opened up in Mandarin like months ago. But there's like that though. There's so many different cuisines. So many Spanish places.
Oh, for real.
Oh my God, the Spanish food is amazing. Oh, there is my nail tech, Elena. Her husband has a Puerto Rican food truck.
Okay.
I'll see. I don't have these names. That's the
amazing.
That's the bad part. I don't have the names, but I will post all the names and stuff that we mentioned so we can support these businesses. But it's Flavor Weekend. Flavor Weekend. That's what it's called.
Oh, I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's what it's called. I'm glad I fucking remembered that.
Flavor Weekend. I think. Oh, you know what? It's
and
funny.
Then also my mom's house.
Hey, nothing like a home cooked. I got home cooked food is always.
It's the best.
Soul Food Bistro.
Oh, Soul Food Bistro.
Yeah, I passed up Flavor Rican for that.
They.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Soul Food Bistro. They used to have a location, right where the fucking Jollibee was.
Oh.
It used to be right there.
Oh,
We're off Atlantic and everything.
Yeah, now it's on a what is it? In Arlington, in that shopping plaza.
Yeah, they moved it.
Yeah.
They moved Soul Food Bistro, but if you do get a chance to try any of these places we just mentioned, they will not disappoint.
Right.
And we're going to support local businesses and owners. We have to. We absolutely have to for that.
Because Jacksonville, there's a lot of, like, to be honest, I don't know if y'all know. I mean, we got famous chefs here, like world-renowned chefs. Like even Oprah Winfrey actually. I read up on this dude. I can't remember his name, but it was like a world-renowned chef.
Okay, cool.
So I was like,
even One Ocean, they've won a James Beard Award for the crab cake that's on there, and they just got on the Forbes list for the best food in the Southeast.
And you worked there.
And I worked there.
I love that place. A good place to stay.
Yes,
too.
A great place to stay. And then they just got voted #2 resort in the whole state of Florida.
Wow.
And the whole state of Florida. Like, that beats all the Ritz-Carltons. That beats all the resorts in Disney. You know, think about it.
It's clean.
And this is all, this is all in Jacksonville. This is what I'm fucking talking about. Like, literally.
Man, we are sitting on some, some good stuff
like,
here.
it's a gold mine here, you know? Yeah. And so I'm like, guys, there's so many places to do and things to do. So go explore them, you know?
And we got nice beaches, you know what I'm saying?
I think the beaches are great. And I love all the stuff that happens at the beach, all the little festivals. I think Springing in the Blues is happening soon. Or did that pass? I think that's in March.
That's in March. We do have an event coming up this weekend. I got to shout out this.
Do it, yeah.
There's Seawalk Pavilion. They're having something this Sunday. One of the best bands, local bands here. They've won 3 times in a row, and I got to be in their music video on Monday, this past Monday.
Yay!
Mandala,
yeah.
Shout out to Mandala. Much love to them.
I'll make a clip, and then I'll give it that to you, and you can send it to them, and about your shout out, you know, because that's amazing. Mandala, when I used to work up in Fernandina, I booked Mandala for the Palace in Fernandina.
Oh, for real?
Like twice. Nice. Amazing, and everyone loves them.
Yes.
Like, everyone loves it. I'm pretty sure they're Puerto Rican.
No, they're Venezuelan.
Venezuelan.
Oh, except there's the guitarist is Puerto Rican.
Yes, so Hispanics galore.
Yes.
I love that. No, I absolutely love that. And is there anything you want to touch on? Do you want to tell us anything about further projects or anything to look out for?
Yeah. Well, the one that I got my heart set on right now is my screenplay. I'm trying to get that in production, put that from a screenplay into a movie. It's basically my life story in a nutshell. It talks about, you know, love, poetry, and PTSD. It's something that's synonymous with me because you know I'm Troy basically. I'm basically a retired military vet, and I meet this girl, attractive young lady named Aaliyah. You know, we hit it off. We become friends. But Aaliyah is a single mom. She's got a 9-year-old daughter she's raising, and you know, we're cool. Like Troy's basically looking for a job, trying to get his life together, so to speak. And you know, Aaliyah's helping Troy, you know, get out there. You know, she takes him to her sister's nightclub, which is called Club Expressions, and it's like a poetry speakeasy type. You know.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Do you remember the little poetry bar in Jack's Beach? Like before it was Flask and Can or V's Pizza. There was this little poetry coffee bar right by Lynch's.
Oh wow!
And it used to be where V's Pizza was, and I remember that, and I'm like, where did it go?
How long ago was this?
That was probably like I'm 26 now. It's probably like when I was 1920.
Oh, so I had just moved here.
Yeah, it was. I remember walking by all the time. I'm like, damn, that place looks so cool.
Yeah.
And they were open lane. I'd walk by and they would see like people reading poetry and stuff. And I'm like, damn, we need that back.
Especially at the beach, because there needs to be more poetry stuff down that way.
Yeah, my dad wants me to open a bar, and that would be the type of bar vibe I would do. I would do like beer and wine, like a few cocktails, and I would do like a really like kind of chill, do like poetry night, and like just do maybe an acoustic.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You know, a small little place. Yeah. That's what I would definitely love to do.
I could see you doing that.
I think I will.
You should. Hey, speak it into existence.
I am. I think I will. But our time is up. It's so fast, right? 52 minutes.
Can I read one poem real quick?
Oh my God, I would love for you to.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Take your time.
I'm going to let me see. I'll make a special one for you.
Yeah, oh my God. So anyone that just tuned in, this is Aaron.
Hey, guys.
He's amazing. He's about to read us a poem before we get sent off here.
Okay.
This has been a joy.
Yeah, likewise.
Yes.
This one is called Smell the Roses.
All right, let's hear it.
I recently took some time out of my life and began reflecting. I started realizing that my life has been a journey, but I haven't always stopped to smell the roses. What do you mean by smell the roses? Well, that's a good question. Let me explain. You see, my friend, your life is like a garden. The special people in your life is like your family. Friends or spouse are like roses. Your achievements, blessings, finances, and experiences are like roses too. Sometimes we lose sight of the roses we have gained along the way to our journey in pursuit of purpose. We are conditioned to always move forward, set and reach new goals, and achieve greatness. We are always constantly working to either please ourselves or someone else. Sometimes we must pause and smell the sweet fragrance of what life has offered you. Life goes on, but it goes by really fast. Enjoy the roses you have received, and make sure you give others their roses too. Everyone deserves a chance to smell the roses while they still can.
Yay! That was so beautiful. Oh my God. And thank you for giving this to me.
Hey, it's a pleasure. I mean, this is special. You know, I got nothing but love for you, and you are just amazing inside and out.
Thank you. I'm so happy for you. I'm like, if anything you need in the future, Aaron, please let me know. Let me know what Jenerally Speaking can do for you. And I'm excited to see what's coming for you. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Thank you.
So please, like, be proud of yourself. We are proud of you.
Yeah.
And everything you've done. And I want you to know you're appreciated. And the world's a better place because you're in it, okay?
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course, yeah.
I felt that.
No, it came from the heart, for sure.
And I love, anything that this woman touches will turn to gold.
Oh, thank you.
And support her. Support her podcast, Generally Speaking. You know what I'm saying? Let's show some love to the host with the most, Jen.
Yay!
You know what I'm saying? She's full of life, full of energy, and good vibes.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This is Aaron Woodson, and I'm Jennifer Janeo, and I will see you next week for our next podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Perfect. Yay!
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
There you go. That's the fastest hour that goes by.
Wow.
It literally is an hour.